riding Flame. And finally, we will have Dame Jessica on Belle. Belle is new to our troop this year. This will be her first event jousting this year. As our knights make their way around the arena, they will pass by and give you a celebratory lap to kick off the season's joust. Again, this is Sir Mark on Flame. Watch as he passes by. Look at the majestic beasts of war. Now we have Dame Jessica on Belle. Again, this is Belle's first joust with us this year. Let's give Belle 3 cheers. Hip hip. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be demonstrating some events for you today. Look at her go. No hands. We're going to be demonstrating some events for you today. We're going to start with our rings. Our knights are going to ride the horses down the list, gathering rings from our squires as they go. Then we're going to follow that up. We're going to do some beheading demonstrations with our swords. And then we are going to get to some other games and finally the joust. So first up, we're going to do some ring collecting as our knights get into station. Dame Lori is going to make her way down the list, collecting those rings for us. Dame Lori's getting ready. She's entering the list. Sayla is excited to go today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Sayla some cheers to get her into the list. Dame Lori has received her spear. She's going to go down the list and collect the rings as she goes. 1. Nicely done. Dame Lori got 2 rings on that pass. Let's see if Sir Mark can collect more than Dame Lori. We're going to reset our list. Dame Lori is going to pass by the camera here behind me with Sayla. There are a total of 4 rings that our knights can collect. The knight who collects the highest number of rings during this event will be the winner of the event. Sir Mark has received his spear. He's going to take off down the list on Flame. Let's count them as he goes. 1, 2, 3. 3 rings for Sir Mark. So far out of our knights, we have Sir Mark with 3 rings and Dame Lori with 2. Dame Jessica is going to enter the list on Belle and see if she can beat it with 4 rings. I believe that she can. Two and 3. Dame Jessica's going to make her way down the list on Belle. Let's see if she can get all 4. 1 for Dame Jessica. So the winner of this event is Sir Mark with 3 rings. Dame Lori in second with 2 rings, and Dame Jessica with 1 ring. Our next event today, we're going to demonstrate the spear throw. For the spear throw, our knights are going to ride down the list, and they're going to have a spear in hand. When they get close to their target, they're going to throw that spear and see if they can get the target into the bullseye. As we reset, just some interesting background here. Our horses have been jousting for several years now. Belle has just joined us again this year. Sayla has been with us for several years, and she is pretty good at what she does. She loves coming out here and to the list and getting excited. And Flame, this is his first event with us as well today. Here goes Dame Lori. She got a hit, but not a stick. No stick. She did hit the bale. We're going to give Sir Mark a go and see how he can do. One point for Dame Lori with striking the bale. Sir Mark is entering the list. He's ready to go. He's taking off down the list. Spear in hand. 3 points. 3 points in the center ring for Sir Mark. Sir Mark is leading both events today. Dame Jessica is going to enter the list on bell to see if she can take away the lead from Sir Mark. As she goes, she's running down the list. Nicely done. Bullseye for Dame Jessica. Bullseye for Dame Jessica. She has won the spear toss today. Our other knights are calling for a rematch. But we're going to continue playing some games for you folks. They have their chance to come back. Our next event, the knights are going to race their way down the list as if they were riding into battle. Our squires will be holding heads on sticks, and they are going to try to behead our squires that we have today and see if they can knock off the heads of their enemies as they make their way down the list while holding a sword in hand and horse in the other. Dame Lori is entering the list. Sayla's very used to having her best friend Belle nearby, so Belle is down there giving her some encouragement. Dame Lori has entered the list. She has the sword in hand. She's going to make her way down as soon as we get our heads on target. Just a few moments here to reset some items that have been mispositioned. Our squires are working very hard. We are ready to go. There are a total of 3 heads for them to hit. 1 point for each head. Dame Lori's making her way down, sword in hand. Cheer her on as she goes. 1, 2, 2. 2 heads for Dame Lori today. That currently places Dame Lori into first place in all of our events so far. Closely followed by Dame Jessica, and Sir Mark has fallen to the end. Sir Mark's going to enter the list. He's going to attempt to reclaim his honor today. Sir Mark and Flame are now in the list. He has the sword. They're going to charge down and try to take all 3 heads of his enemies away. Here he goes. 1, 2, 3. 3 well-struck hits on his enemies for Sir Mark. That puts him back up into first place at the moment. Closely followed by Dame Jessica and Dame Lori. As we reset, Dame Jessica is riding Belle around. She's riding Belle to get her ready. Sir Mark has beheaded his enemies so well that we must fix it real quick. Nicely beheaded, Sir Mark. Luckily, we don't use real squires' heads because those are much harder to put back on. Jessica has her sword. She's taking off. She's going to practice. Bella's ready to go, but we were not ready to go yet. Practice run. It's Picasso. We now have Picasso out on the list. Dame Jessica is making her way back around to get in position to come down the list and attack those enemies once again. She's going to do very well, and I think she's going to get all 3 and take back her lead. Dame Jessica's entering the list. She has sword in hand. She's going to make her way down at full speed on her war pony Belle. 1, 2, 3. 3 well-struck beheadings for Dame Jessica. She's back in the lead, closely followed by Sir Mark, with Lady Lori falling at the end. Squires are resetting now. Today we are going to demonstrate some events on horseback with the sword. One of our squires is going to put on a helmet, and we are going to place some items on top of that helmet so our knights can practice their swordsmanship. The first item that we are going to practice with is a cabbage. The cabbage simulates the human head very well. And you can see up close what happens when that sword hits the head. This is Ryan's first event with us as well. Later this summer, Dame Jessica and Lord Ryan are going to be married. So this is his mother-in-law's attempt at setting the rules with him. Oh! She did not hit the cabbage. She did hit the side of his head, as you heard the sword hit. Nicely done, Dame Lori. For those who didn't hear that, she said she does approve of the upcoming wedding. Sir Mark is entering the list, sword in hand. He's going to charge down and try to knock that cabbage off of Lord Ryan's head today. Here comes Sir Mark, making his way down. Nice! Nicely struck. Sir Mark took a nice shave off of the top of that cabbage. Next up, Dame Jessica is going to make her way down the list. Hopefully she doesn't cut off her betrothed's head. We might have to stitch that back on before the wedding if she does.
Thought he could use a shave.
Sir Mark thought that Lord Ryan could use a shave. Jess has the sword in hand. She's making her way down the list. She's going to chop the cabbage off of Ryan's head. Nicely done. Very close shave to the top of his head. She took the cabbage clean off. Do you think we could make it more challenging? We're going to make it a little more challenging. We're going to try an apple next. Our squires are hungry. They're eating the cabbage that has come off of the top of the helm. Dame Lori is getting in line to attempt a second try at Ryan. Lady Lori has entered the list. She's going to try to knock the apple off of Ryan's head. Again, this is Ryan's first event with us this year, and all together with the Knights of the Rose. Nicely struck, Dame Lori. She cut off the bottom of the apple, not the top, the bottom of the apple. As we reset the sword. Dame Lori is teaching her future son-in-law a few lessons with these events today. Sir Mark has entered the list. He has sword in hand. He's going to make his way down and try and take off a little bit more of that apple. Dame Lori. Oh, right in half. Cleaved in twine. Nicely done. Nicely done, Sir Mark. What's left of the apple will be attempted by Dame Jessica. Well done, Sir Mark.
Yes, I planned.
He planned. He planned very well. This is Sir Mark's first joust in over 11 years. Sir Ryan called out that he loves Dame Jessica. Oh, just a tap. Little love tap to the side of the helm. She did not touch the apple. So for this event, we have Sir Mark in first. He cleaved the apple in two. Dame Lori got a nice shave off the bottom of the apple. And Dame Jessica in third. As we reset today, and you'll see passing by behind me, we have Sir Mark on flame, Dame Lori riding the beautiful Selah, and Dame Jessica is getting ready on bell. We're going to do our next event, which is the Quintain Strike. The horses are going to charge down the list with knight on their back. The knights will have their lance and arm. They will come down the list, striking the Quintain with the lance. If the lance spins around, it's a full point. Each time it spins is one more point added to that total. We'll see who wins this event as they prepare.
Color shot, and we're just showing them setting things up. So you can take a break, lower your arms, give a break. Now, Taylor, you're back to Norman? Yeah, thank you. Okay, now David or Taylor, zoom in on the shot. I want to show them setting up. There, just like that. Just like that.
Squire, setting up.
And I'm going to cut to you and 3, 2.
Solid wood. On one end is a counterweight to help it spin, and on the other end is a shield for the knights to practice striking. It's set at about the same height as the knights are when they are on horseback, so it's kind of like practicing for the joust. It's a great way for them to train. Dame Lori is going to go first again. This is one of Selah's favorite events. Selah's getting ready to enter the list. Dame Lori is about to receive her lance. She's going to charge down the list with lance in hand, aiming to strike the Quintain. Our brave squires are going to sit on the base of the Quintain to add a little bit of counterweight to this event. Lori's making her way down. Let's see how well she strikes. One. Well struck. 1.5 rotations for Dame Lori. Rocket Pony does live up to her name. As Sir Mark enters the list, give Selah a cheer as she passes by. Sir Mark has received his lance. He's going to make his way down the list. See if he can get more rotations than Dame Lori. Here he goes. Nicely struck. 1, 2, 2 and 3, 2.5 rotations. So we have Dame Lori with 1.5, Sir Mark with 2.5. Dame Jessica is going to try her attempt. Sir Mark is back in the lead once again. Dame Jessica is making her way down the list. Oh, 1 3/4. Sir Mark has won this event with 2.5 rotations. Dame Lori had 1.5 rotations, as did Dame Jessica. As we reset the list, we'll get ready for the joust. Our knights are going to get their armor on, get in their armor. We're having a little bit of horse difficulty. She's really excited and ready to go because she knows the joust is coming up. While we're getting set up, our knights are going to put on their armor. Once the knights have their armor on, it's going to add about an additional 80 pounds to their body weight. The horses are going to be making their way down the list, carrying not only the weight of the rider, but the weight of the armor, the lance, and the shield. As they get ready, our knights and squires are going to be resetting, so we're going to have a little bit of a lull in action. There's a little bit of friendly ribbing going on between our knights. Sir Mark said he has come out of retirement for this, and he is going to take on Dame Jessica in the joust.
And when I unhorse you, you need to polish my armor.
There we go. When they have made a little friendly wager, if Dame Jessica unhorses Sir Mark, he is going to wash her horse. And if Sir Mark unhorses Dame Jessica, she is going to polish his armor. A fun job? No, not at all. You do not want to do that job. I've been there. I've done that. It's not fun, no matter what the knights tell you. Our knights are entering the list. They're putting on their helmets. They are getting ready to go. As you see, Sir Mark has a nice chainmail suit underneath of his tunic that helps to protect him from the hit of the lance. Dame Jessica's putting on her helmet. She's also wearing armor from the waist up. We are doing light armor jousting today. So full armor jousting, they would have armor all the way down their arms, all the way down their legs, making it very hard for them to move, very hard for them to hear, very hard for them to see. However, today in our light armor, they have helmets and body armor on the top half of their body. This gives them a little bit more movability, a little bit more flexibility in their jousting. It also helps them with control of their horse. However, our knights cannot see and they cannot hear as they are doing this. Their ears are covered by the helmet. Their eyes have a slit about that big for them to see, and they can only see straight forward, nothing to the side or nothing behind. Our knights are almost ready today. They're getting their helmets on. Sir Mark appears to be ready to go. Dame Jessica has just got her helmet on, and she is entering the list. The horses are going to be charging down the list a little bit faster than you drive through a city, at about 20-25 miles an hour. It's the impact of two cars crashing into each other when our horses strike. Both knights have received their shields. That's the first step in getting ready to joust. Again, Sir Mark has just come out of retirement for this event. He's been off the grid for 11 years, but he has come back out to do this. This is Dame Jessica's first joust in a year, and also her last joust before she gets married this fall. Our horses and knights have entered the list. They have received their lances, and they are going to make their way down the list at each other and see who can strike the hardest in this event. Belle is excited and ready to go. She's going to do a dry pass, as we can see. She's pretty excited. She thought that we had called go, and so she wanted to race. She's going to reset here, and as we reset, our horses are getting back into position. Dame Jessica and Belle are going to make their way back down to the other end of the list so they can get back into starting position for our first joust of the day at the Ostrander Medieval Fair. We would also like to thank our hosts today, Cashmans Arena here in Delaware, Ohio. Be sure to come out and see them for all of your horse and tack needs. They have everything you could ever imagine, from feed and supplies to this full arena that you can purchase as well. Our knights have entered the list. They have their shields. They have received. Charging on. As you can see, our lance is solid wood as we reset our list. The lance is about 12 feet long, solid pine, full wood with a copper cap on the end. For hosting us today as we get ready for our next pass between our knights. They are ready to go. Both knights are at their respective ends of the list. They're going to be making their way down at full speed, with the force of two cars crashing head-on into one another. Sir Mark has his shield and his lance, and he is in position. Dame Jessica is making her way around. She has her shield. She now has her lance, and they are on their way down. He has knocked, or has thrown away his lance as Flame has taken her way out of the list. Flame's a little bit shy today. She doesn't want to embarrass Dame Jessica on this beautiful day here in Delaware, Ohio at the Ostrander Medieval Fair. We're going to reset once again. Our horses back in position with our knights. They're going to take one pass without the lance, excuse me. That way the horses can get used to running past each other, since it's been a while since we practiced this morning. They're still a little nervous. I wouldn't want to be in their position either. It would not be a fun job. Sir Mark is in position. Dame Jessica has entered back into position as well. And again, they are going to do a pass without lances, just shields.
It's important to note that horses are just like people. Sometimes they don't like to work in the heat. And honestly, Belle's a little intimidating. I think she's scaring the you-know-what out of Sir Mark's horse. I mean, we're pretty scary looking, right? So we just need to work that out.
Some words of encouragement of what's going on with the horses from our knight, Dame Jessica. She knows better than the rest of us as to what to expect, as she is the one on the horse. So they're going to take a pass, get ready, get out some of those nerves, and then hopefully we can have a joust. Sir Mark is in the list. Dame Jessica is in the list. We're going to do a pass with no lances. They're going down. Again, Belle is rather big, as she is a large horse. They passed nicely that time. We're going to do another dry pass as we go around. Our knights are ready to go. They're going to charge down at speed. Again, this is just warming up. Flame is still a little bit nervous. Again, I would be nervous coming against Belle as well. She is a very intimidating young lady. We need one more pass without lances. Our knights are ready to go. Our horses and our knights are ready. They are charging down the list. Once again, no lances. While we're waiting and our horses are getting used to each other, we are going to swap out horses with our knights. Mark is going to get on Selah, who is Belle's sister. They live together, and they are going to switch out, and he's going to try to ride Selah to see if that helps a little bit with the nerves of our horses. Horses are kind of like giant dogs. They love to be petted and scratched and rubbed, and Selah is getting some of that scratching right now. Sir Mark is mounting Selah. We'll do a couple more dry passes as he is on a new he has not been on yet today. Again, we'd like to thank our hosts today, Cashmans, here in Delaware, Ohio, for the Ostrander Medieval Fair 2021, coming to you live on YouTube. We're readjusting some equipment here, getting the saddles and the stirrups where they need to be. We're going to take some more practices, as again, this is going to be Sir Mark riding Selah. He's going to get used to this new horse that he's on today. He's going to take a quintain as a practice round before we do some jousting. This is Selah's first time jousting as well. While we're waiting, here comes Dame Jessica to talk to her adoring fans once again. Hello, Dame Jessica.
This horse decided that he was way too afraid of Belle to joust against her. So Sir Mark is going to ride Selah for the first time. So he's going to be really fast and hit really hard. So it should be a good joust. Just be patient with us.
As our knights get ready again, he's going to come down the list to strike the quintain as a practice run before we joust with another knight. Again, Selah has jousted. It's been a while, but this will be her first time jousting in quite a long time. So this could be interesting. Sir Mark has entered the list. He's going to make his way down. Nice! Ball struck. Ball struck. We have 2 full rotations on the quintain. He is ready to go. He's going to do one more pass at the quintain before taking on Belle and Dame Jessica. Do you think Sir Mark is just intimidated?
Oh yeah. He's been retired for 11 years. I'm sure he's a little afraid of his little sister beating him at his own game.
Sir Mark, I think she's calling you old.
Maybe a little.
Maybe a little. She'll look good pushing that armor. As our knights get set, take another pass down the list to strike the quintain as a practice run before he goes against Belle and Dame Jessica. Dame Lori has stepped down off of the horse, and she is down at the end to help Sir Mark, as Selah is her horse, and she is very used to riding her and having Lori on her back. Sir Mark is in the list. He has received his lance. And he is charging down for a quintain strike. Well struck. Get a full rotation for Sir Mark. We are ready to joust. Our knights are getting ready. We're pulling the quintain back out away, so that's not in the way for the joust. Our knights are going to get reset, ready to go for their joust.
And then Dave Pat. My hand would be.
One of our squires today, Dame Cat, who is making her way down to the other end of the list. She is also a knight for the troop. However, she is recovering from a foot injury, so she is not jousting for a while to give her foot time to heal. Both of our knights are at the end of the list. They're ready to go. As soon as they have their lances, we will have our first pass at the joust today. Again, we have Sir Mark on Selah and Dame Jessica on Belle. Both horses be their first full joust. Our horses have entered the list. They have their shields. Lance received. Horses are charging. Oh. Has the nickname of Rocket Pony because sometimes she likes to rocket out of the list, as you just saw. Again, we have our lance here. Our lances are 12 foot tall, solid pine with a copper tip. Sir Ben, our captain of the joust, has taken the lance down to Lord Ryan. We're going to do one more attempt at a joust today. See if we can get our horses to cooperate with us. Sometimes it's not even the horses, it's just the knights don't want to cooperate. Yep. Okay. And again, it's very warm out here today at Cashmans in Delaware, Ohio for the 2021 Ostrander Medieval Fair. Our horses are starting to get tired. Our knights are starting to get hot. We're going to take one more pass with the joust to see what we can get to happen here for you all who are watching. Hopefully we can get in a joust today. Unfortunately, we were not able to get in a joust during that round. Sir Ben's going to come talk to you all about what is going on today. We're going to do a couple more passes on the quintain to give you another demonstration of the knights on horseback. Unfortunately, it's getting too warm out here to continue jousting as it wears out our knights and our horses. So unfortunately, we're not going to get a joust today. However, we are going to do some more games with the quintain so you can see the power of the horses and the knights with the lands. As we get reset, we have Sir Mark riding Selah once again. We have Dame Jessica riding Belle and Lady Lori, Dame Lori, standing here looking beautiful as ever in red.
When you're the biggest and the baddest and everyone is afraid of you, it's not necessarily an advantage because then no one will dance against you.
Are we talking about the horse or are we talking about Dame Jessica?
Yes. Oh. Well, I meant the horse, obviously.
So it's both. Yeah.
Me too.
And she is, to be honest, she is the tallest of all of us out here.
Yeah, so what we're going to do, since Sir Mark can't quite come out of retirement yet apparently, is we're going to take out our frustrations on this poor quintain here. So be prepared for some hard hits, and we'll see if he can beat me on the quintain this time.
I have plenty of frustration to take out on the quintain.
Maybe a little.
Belle, do you have anything you would like to say?
Excuse me, sir, like Granny Smith apples and peppermint.
I do not have any peppermints at the moment, but I promise I will give you some in a few moments.
All right. Bear with us here. Thank you.
Our knights are taking a brief break to get some hydration in before they get ready for the quintain strike. Sir Mark has gotten back on Flame, his horse. How old is Flame?
I believe he is 18.
Flame is 18 years old. Can you believe that?
Baby, my wife bottle fed him, and we've had him since he was a little guy.
And he really likes to have his ear scratched, as you can see. There's a spot right here. Oh, let's see if we can get him to do it. You gonna turn your head for us? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, he's a good boy.
I would trust him with anything, but apparently jousting.
Again, this is his first joust in quite a long time, so he's getting ready. Dame Lori has gotten back on her horse Selah. She's going to attempt some quintain strikes as well.
And she needs to learn that that's not how you exit the list.
Selah's also going to learn some lessons from what I understand. Our squires are working hard to get the arena reset for the quintain event. As we get reset, we would like to thank you again for tuning in to the 2021 Ostrander Medieval Fair here at Cashmans in Delaware, Ohio. We would also like to thank those members of the Ostrander Library who made this event possible for all of you to watch. Next year we will see you live and in person at the Ostrander Library. As our knights get ready, Dame Lori is entering the list on Selah. Selah's a little nervous. The bell is down there to encourage her. She has entered the list. Selah's a little anxious here. She's not sure if she wants to do this. She's trying her hardest, but it is warm out here today, so she's starting to get tired as well. Here we go. Dame Jessica is running down the list, striking the quintain. Well struck. Very well done. 1 3/4 rotation for Dame Jessica. So Sir Ben has given Dame Jessica 5 points, and we're all surprised. But she has earned those points. 1 3/4 rotation. You can do better than that. Dame Lori is entering the list on Selah. She's in the list. Dame Lori has received her lance. She's charging her way down on Selah. Let's see how many rotations we can get. Nicely well struck. We have 1 full rotation for Dame Lori. 1 1/4 rotation. It's still going. 6 points. Sir Mark is going to enter the list as we reset the quintain. He's going to make his way down the list on Flame. Selah's going to get some apples and peppermints as a reward for her hard work today. 2 of her favorite things, peppermints being her favorite. Sir Mark is charging down the list. Well struck. The wind is reversing Sir Mark. The fates are speaking by wind, and Sir Mark's 1 rotation has been returned back to start. We're going to do 1 more pass. Dame Jessica's calling for 1 more pass to see if she can rematch and beat Sir Mark. She thinks she can hit it harder. I know she can hit it harder. She has done it many of times. Jessica's in the list. She's charging down. She's lance in hand. Well struck. 1 1/2 rotations. 1 7/8 rotations on the rematch for Dame Jessica. Belle also loves to eat apples and peppermints. She's walking down. Belle looks very pretty today. Our last pass today is going to be Sir Mark on Flame. Let's see how well he can do. Here they go. They're taking their way down the list. Well struck. Very well struck. A great final hit for Sir Mark. Again, we would like to thank you for watching today. We are jousting at the 2021 Ostrander Medieval Fair at Cashmans Arena here in Delaware, Ohio. As our knights come up behind me, we're going to talk to each of them a little bit. Okay. Dame Lori, what would you like to say to your adoring fans watching today?
Hi. We had a great time. I hope you enjoyed the on-demand program with the Delaware County District Library. We had a great time. I hope you did too. You can see Miss Selah on the Horse Care on-demand video if you want to see a little bit more with her. And thank you for joining us and watching.
Flame, did you have something you'd like to say?
Apparently.
Again, we'd like to thank you for coming out and watching today during the 2021 Ostrander Medieval Fair here at Cashmans in Delaware, Ohio. Thank them again for hosting us today and for all of their supplies and support of the equestrian community here in Central Ohio.
Yeah, come on, guys, get out there. Yeah, sorry about the jousting. She is a boss mare. Yeah. And they just,
Okay,
and Selah lives with her, so Selah's like, yes, ma'am.
This is a sport where it depends on the rider and the horse.
You gotta
Sometimes
just get a
the horse
wide
will say
settle
no.
because they're all chatting.
We'd like to thank our suppliers who are out here working hard
There you go.
as well. We also have some special guests that we would like to bring out into the arena today.
I'd like to introduce our director, George Needham, and his lovely wife, Joyce. The branch manager for the Ostrander branch, Harlow Lawson, and Kaylin from Outreach, Kathy from Ostrander branch, Katie from Outreach, and an adorable young child, I don't know your name, Mallory, and Emma, Sir Mark's lovely daughter and squire.
And again, thank you for joining us for the 2021 Ostrander Medieval Fair here at Cashmans, Ohio. Cashmans Horse Supply here in Delaware, Ohio. Excuse me.